Hi friends, welcome to my channel. My name is Juan. I'm a yarn addict, hence the name Juan the Yarn Addict. And I want to thank each and every one of you guys for stopping by to check out my video today. This is a yarn and crochet channel where we talk about all things yarn and all things crochet. So if that interests you, please sit back and watch my video because today, my friends, I offer you session number 28 of WIP'n It with Juan. This is Boggy Creek Blanket Edition. So, during a recent live, I was on with Lynette from Charmed Grammy Crochet. I was also on with Linan from Nina's Knots Crochet, as well as Nancy from She's Got Yarn Too. And so we sat together talking about Boggy Creek and all the things, and so I decided to pick up some yarn and make a Boggy Creek blanket. So this is the blanket that we are working on today. I'm just going to finish it up. I need to do a border, but yeah, I almost finished that blanket during the live, but not quite. So yeah, there we have it. I'm going to put a border on this, and then if time permits, I'm going to go ahead and start another Boggy Creek blanket, because while I'm working on everything else, I also would like to make sure that I have a Boggy Creek blanket on the hook the entire time, so that way when it comes time to make the donations, I can give as much as I could possibly give. Okay, so let me go ahead and rearrange the camera so that you can see what I'm doing and we can talk about all the things, okay? So just give me 1 second, I'll be right back. Okay, friends, so I am back, and this is kind of what we're looking like here. I have the orange and the white in Big Twist, and so I'm literally just going to put a border on this, and then I think for the next Boggy Creek blanket, I'm just going to run one strand of yarn. Because one thing I will tell you, friends, is that this blanket, as small as it is, it's very heavy and very warm. And these kids are in Florida. So while warm is nice, I think too much is exactly that, too much. So I don't know. I may pepper in some double blankets like this, but I think I like the idea of just one strand for now. I may change my mind later. We'll see. Anyway, I decided before the video started that I'm going to do the iris stitch along the corners here, but in the corners I may just very well do like a shell stitch of like 8 double crochets. Maybe 8, I don't know. Let's see. I don't know actually. Maybe I will do just 3. Let's be adventurous here. Let's see. So 3, and then I'm going to go right into the chain space with the iris stitch. So let's see, that's 2 double crochets. I don't even know if this is going to work. Chain 1 and then 2 double crochets. It should work, right? Let's see. Yeah. Or no? Maybe? I don't know if I like that. No, I don't like that. Okay, we're frogging that back. Okay, I'm going to go with my original idea. I'm just going to do shells. In the corner, I'm going to do, let's see, I'm going to do 6, 7, I'll do 7. So it's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Okay, beautiful. And then what I'll do is I will go and chain in the next space there, and then I will go ahead and do a whole shell in the next one. It's 2, 3. Once I figure out this formula, we're good. We're golden, as they say. That's 4. It's 5. And that's 6. Yes, I think we're going to do 6. I like that for us. And then 6. I hope I have an even number. I should have an even number. We'll see. If we have an even number of spaces, I think we're going to be good. If not, we'll have to improvise, you know? It's not for the house, but we have to just make it work. You know what I mean? Now, my intentions for Boggy Creek blankets, fast, fun, simple. I would like to just keep the mind frame, make as many as I can for those kids, so that more kids have as many blankets as possible. So like, okay, from what I understand, they go through them blankets faster than we might think, okay? So hundreds and hundreds of kids visit this camp seasonally, you know, and all year long, people are going to this camp and, you know, they're partaking in all these activities and things. And so all these kids get to go home with a blanket. And I know they had somewhere in the realm of 1,100 blankets for the last drive. And from what I understand, they've already gone through all of those. So we're trying to double it up. I actually like that. Yeah. Simple, easy, fast, and fun. Very nice. I love that for us. So, anyway, the pattern should be fun, easy, and fast. And, yeah, manageable. Not a lot of yarn. Because, again, it's for the kids, you know. They love the colors. They love the simple things, you know. They don't think about the intricate designs the way that we do. And then the children with sensory overload, they may like the weighted blankets. They might like the way that the blankets feel. I know as a kid, my mom used to tell me stories when I had my blanket that I would not cover up with it. I'd have it next to me, and all I would do is just rub the blanket. So, you know, people do different things with their blankets. And why not make it fun above all, you know? So anyway, I am using value yarn. And this here is a mix between Big Twist and Loops and Threads. And so I'm super excited about that for us. Because when you use value yarns, you're able to make more projects for more kids. Well, not just kids, but in general. You're able to, you know, be more effective. Now, I will tell you, color choice is everything. So if a particular value yarn has the colors that really pop and stand out for them kids, why not, you know? Like this yellow is a new shade from Big Twist. I love it. And this green is a new green. And so is this orange. These are all new shades. I don't think this is their magenta. It might be. I'm not sure. But yeah, it's beautiful. It's all the things. It's all the things. Anyway, I'm going to go just once around this blanket, and we're going to call it a day. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take whatever's left over of these neon yarns, and I'm just going to use the same hook, but just one strand of yarn. This next one is going to be a lacy throw Boggy Creek situation, you know? Still good. It does the job. It's going to be visually impactful with all of the beautiful colors. And I know the kids are going to absolutely love it. So yeah, there's that. What is this? 3, 4, 5, 6? Okay. Sometimes I have to talk it out, friends. You know what I mean? I'm not as fast with my crochet when I'm running 2 yarns together with a bigger hook, but that's okay. It's not about speed. It's just about making sure that the stitches fall where they need to fall, you know. Beyond that, it is what it is, you know. Because again, it's about the colors. It's about them being able to take something handmade home with them. So it's super nice. Okay, so we need to do the things here. Let's see. We are 1 off. So what I will do is go right into the next space here. Right? And then go into the chain. Yeah. We're making it work, friends. You know what I mean? Yes, this is perfect. This here is not a pattern of any kind. I'm literally just doing a blanket for the kids. You know what I mean? 4, 5, 6, and 7. Whoops, I dropped the loop. anyway, I was asked, why this year, Juan? You know, and my answer to that is why not? You know, the ladies did such a nice job last year that I felt compelled to help out. I may have a lot on my plate, but so do those kids. And, you know, if we're not doing these simple things for them to put smiles on their faces, who is, I'm sure there's other people doing it, but why not have that mentality, the more the merrier? So I'm so happy to be able to help in some small way. And I know a lot of you guys feel the same way, you know. To some who, you know, look outside within our genre, they're like, it's just blankets. But it's so much more than just the blanket. So, anyway, I'm super excited to participate. I'm glad that they welcomed me in with open arms. And so, yeah, I'm going to do all I can to help with the cause. So, anyway, I am going to run probably the same. I'm going to run with the same neon colors. Now, I have others in the squirrel's nest, but I want to use up all of the yarn, friends. If the goal is to make as many blankets as possible, then I'm going to use all the scraps. I'm going to use everything and anything I can get my hands on that reminds me of a kid in camp. So, yeah. Now, I did hear that, we want to stay with happy, bright, cheerful colors, which I totally agree with. And if all you have is the muted colors, like what's behind me, well, not so much, the yellows and things, but like these muted colors or what I have up on the wall, the Cairn 1 pound wall, still send it. There are other people at the camp that would greatly appreciate a handmade make from one of us. Because I thought about that. I'm like, well, what if they only have like earth tones and not so much kitty tones? Well, there's camp counselors there. There's older children there that may not want something so primary. I mean, you never know. There's all kinds of taste levels there. So just have fun with it. I know I am. So I was on my live tonight, and I just felt so compelled to just come on and do a WIPn It with Juan session, because I literally just sit here and crochet anyway, so I'm killing two birds with one stone. So why not just turn the camera on and just talk? Just talk out loud as opposed to sitting here quietly, because that is the other alternative. I mean, I'd rather be talking. Now, I'm learning with this being my first year on the YouTube streets. As a matter of a fact, yeah, it was 9 months as of the 21st. So we are on like the 25th, I believe, of July. So 9 months in, I have 3 months to go, right? July, August, September, October. No, I'm 10 months in. Yep. Because my 1 year podversary is September. It's in September. So, anyway, 10 months. It's been a crazy 10 months, let me tell you. I did not anticipate having the year that I've had. And I'm probably going to say that 100 times over again. For many reasons. I met a lot of people. I've had interactions with lots of people on all different kinds of levels. I've been tested to my limits. I've been shown grace. I've been shown many things, many emotions, roller coasters of emotions, 2, 3, 4. And through all of that, the good, the bad, the in-between, I will tell you that I am more fortified now than I've ever been. And I'm grateful, humbled, honored I have all the emotions, you know. Because to some it's just another channel, but for me, if you're one of my OGs and you've heard my story and you've heard me talk, you know that number one, my channel started with another name. Actually, two names. Juan the Yarn Addict is the third name. So anyway, the first video, it had Welcome to Hooked Creations by Juan Ramon. And you could tell I was clearly nervous and all that. And then I changed it from Hooked Creations by Juan Ramon to The Yarn Addict. Just The Yarn Addict. And I sat with that for a day or two, and I said to myself, that's not going to work because it's too generalized. It doesn't let the viewer know who the Yarn Addict is. And so I put Juan the Yarn Addict as the third change. And ever since I did that, I haven't changed it since. And I've become known as Juan the Yarn Addict. They also say JTYA. I don't know why they abbreviated, but I guess it's just easier to communicate instead of saying all the things, which I'm okay with. You know, it is what it is. But, so yeah. When I did that first video, guys, I said very clearly, clear as day, that I'm doing this for me and no one else. And that's, you know, what my intent was. And I lost a few key moments along the way, you know. I forgot that moment where it was supposed to be just for myself. And I had to reel it in and, yeah, get myself together. So I'm really enjoying these little shells. Well, they're not little, they're jumbo shells. It's so good. Anyway, let me just pause this really quick so I don't lose the data. I'll be right back. Okay, so I'm back. Anyway, so I thought about all the things and I'm like, all right, so Juan, what's next? So, you know, 1 year down, what's next, you know? And what I'll tell you is, if there's anything that I learned from being a content creator on YouTube, being a YouTuber, it's this. Learn from your mistakes and don't repeat them if possible. So, what's next is a continuation of what has been minus the mistakes that I have made. That's literally what is to come. I have learned many lessons in so far these 10 short months. And some were life lessons, some were just momentary lessons that I needed to get myself in check and figure myself out. And, you know, with all of that came the understanding that I need to not allow this to happen again, you know. So, yes. Once I figured out that, I have been at such peace with myself. I enjoy what I'm doing here on YouTube. There was a moment in time where I did not enjoy it, you know, if I'm being honest. I just, and it showed, you know, I didn't enjoy it, but now, I mean, I'm so thankful that I hung in there and I continue doing what I was doing, because at the end of the day, if when you wake up in the morning and the first thing you think about is your passion, for me it was this, and it's the last thing you think about before you go to bed, then you were meant to do that, you know. And so this is something that I was meant to do and didn't realize it until I actually did it. So when I wake up, yarn's the first thing I think about. The projects, the designing, the recording, editing, like it's the first thing I think about. I don't even think about my career that I've been at, going on 19 years in October. I think about this first. So I know I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing. So now I just need to push forward and just continue doing what it is that I'm doing, learn from my mistakes, and just remain a positive force as best as I possibly can and enjoy the ride. So I know from last year when I came on the YouTube streets in September, it progressively got busier as the months wore on. As the temperature dropped, the views went up. You know, people were interested in starting projects and crocheting things, and so with me knowing that, I'm going to plan accordingly. So, yeah. This is so good, friends. I mean, seriously. You know what I mean? It's so good. Some kid is going to be so happy that they have this blanket, and I'm going to be so happy for them. Okay. And you know what? I didn't think this was going to be much of a yarn eater, but it really is. It does eat yarn. I mean, luckily for us, it's value yarn, right? This is 4 skeins, 1 skein of each color. I'm repeating the orange with the same skein. So no new skeins here. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. And I'm finishing up my second skein of white. I know. Second skein of white already. It's insane how much yarn goes on the hook with all of this. But I'm here for it. I love the colors. It's so good. I need to get another skein of yarn. So right behind me are my whites. I have 2 cubbies full. You guys see it? And then beneath that, I have Erin from Red Heart down here, which I like to use the Erin with certain colors, but not this. So let's go ahead and pull another skein of Big Twist. We love that for us. And literally all I'm doing is just tying on the white. I'm not cutting anything, I'm just tying it on. So let's go ahead and tie that on. And then we will continue business as usual. When I have these squirrel moments, friends, I totally forget what I was talking about. Hope you guys don't mind. You know? Okay. So there's that. I'll trim the ends and do all the things when I'm finished. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We're going to do a chain, and then we're going to do another shell. Another shell. You know, this hook here is literally one of my favorite hooks. It's a 9mm crochet hook. It's probably too thick to work with just a 4-weight by itself, but I'm never going to know unless I try it, you know? So we shall see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. There we go. A chain, and then let's do this. So after this side, I only have one side left, and then we're going to start a new blanket, which I hope goes a little smoother. I just feel like I'm being held back a little bit because I'm running the 2 yarns together, which many people do all the time. But honestly, when I'm running 2 4-weights, I very much prefer to use a 10mm crochet hook. And today I'm using a 9. And that's fine. It's whatever. I love the overall effect. It's just very, very warm holding this blanket like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. It's very, very warm. Chain, and then another chain, and then the corner. 1, 2. I'm just going to do this corner very quickly. I need 7 doubles, so that's 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Good. So good. And this is exactly 20 rounds. 20 rounds. It's 20 inches going in one direction, and then since it's a square, obviously if you measure 20 inches on one side, it's going to be 20 on the other. So that's 40 inches. That is the sweet spot with the border, of course. So it's the perfect size. And again, 2 4-weight yarns with a 9mm hook get you a 40-inch square with 20 rounds. So again, these yarns are, well, I'm sorry, Loops and Threads is on the thicker side. The Big Twist is more on the fluffier side. So, and I will tell you, I worked up a project in the other room. I've yet to show it on the channel, but it's a 6.5mm crochet hook with Big Twist yarn. It is so fluffy. It's so good. 3, 4, 5. If you haven't experienced what that feels like with Big Twist, I definitely recommend it. Just try it. See if that's something that you like. I don't think it's for everyone. I don't think everyone will like the looseness of it, but it is definitely comfortable to work with. It's 3, 4, 5, and 6. So I think that when we go to work up the one strand of yarn, I don't know if I want to stick with a 9. I may hook down to like a 7, because even a 7 is big, you know, and yet still drapey, because again, they're in Florida, and while it's nice to be snuggled up in a blanket, I would imagine that the kids would want to be able to breathe. And again, I don't know the situation, I'm only speculating, but let's make all the different kinds of blankets, you know, because we don't know who is going to be cold the entire time, who's going to feel like they're in a steam room the entire time. So we don't know the details. So the more flexible we are in the kinds of blankets we're willing to make, then the more we will be able to make those kids happy. So there is that. Anywho, I'm trying to think. What pattern should I do? Maybe I'll try, I don't know. I was thinking about doing the granny back and forth, but I kind of like going in the round. It's fast. At least for the remainder of what yarn I have, I just want to use up what's left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and one more makes 6. I'm almost at the corner, friends, and then we could graciously move on to the next project, and I can literally call this a finished object that I can show on the Boggy Brigade video that we'll be rolling out. I believe we're going to be doing that on Wednesdays, so stay tuned for that. That might be changed, but as of right now, from what I gather, it's going to be Wednesday evenings. And we're going to come on, we're going to show the completed projects that got sent to us. We're going to show the blankets that we completed ourselves, which is another reason why I have to keep Boggy Creek on the hook. And I'm okay with it. Plus, I have Mom in the house, and all she does all day long is crochet, drink her coffee, and watch her stories. I love that for her and for us and for the kids at Boggy Creek, because my mother is a machine when she wants to be. And now, since she knows that she only needs to do 40 inches square, she's going to make all the squares. I know she will. So she just started one yesterday, I believe. And she's using pastel colors from the sale that Joanne's had during Easter. So she went ahead and got all these pastel colors, and she fully intends on using every single yard of that yarn. She said, Juan, even if I have to make a stitch sampler blanket with leftover yarns, I will do that. We're going to do that. I said, okay. She's very passionate, my mother. She's like, the kiddos, the kiddos, the kiddos. I'm like, I know, Ma, I know. All right, let me pause this again just so that the data saves. Just give me 1 second. I'll be right back. Okay. All right, so I only have a few more shells left. Thank goodness. Thank goodness. 1, 2, 3, 4. 6. Let's go in here with a single crochet, in here with another shell. This is so good. I absolutely love this. So I'm curious, guys, what are you guys working on? What is on your hook? Are you making anything that's a long-term project? Are you just finishing up your WIPs? What exactly are you guys working on? I'm so curious. Because with this time of year, this is not really our Super Bowl season. This is like fiber wind down kind of a thing. You know, it's hot outside. We're not really pushing big, huge projects. Well, some of us aren't. You know, everyone's taking vacations and enjoying the beautiful weather outside. So I'm really curious, like, what do we make as a community in the summer months? I'll be honest with you, friends. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I make all the things year round. I don't have an off season, but I'm looking and I'm noticing that there are a lot of people absent, you know, taking vacations, which is normal. It's a human, normal thing, take vacations, you know. But for me, I just feel like I have to do the things. All right, so we're at the end here. So I'm going to go ahead and chain 2 like I always do. And then I'm going to cut a tail like I always do. Pull the hook away from the work and scrunch this down like that. And now there is our Boggy Creek blanket. It's so nice. Do I have a needle nearby? Yes, I do. Look, guys, you'll be so proud of me. I'm sewing in my ends right now. I'm not procrastinating. I'm not telling stories about how I'm planning on doing it and I never do it. We're doing the things right now. Before I start anything else, we will finish these ends one way or another. Let's push that in there like that. Okay. Okay, there's that. We didn't really have many yarn changes, so I'm not too concerned with how long this is going to take me. It's just that I want to make sure that, like, all the ends are as they should, you know? As they should be, rather. There's nothing greater than the feeling of having accomplished a project. When you've finished and you've sewn in your ends and you're looking at your finished object, I mean, it feels so good. You know, like, I can't believe I did that. Well, yeah, we can. At this point in the game, yes, we can. We can believe that we've done these things. There we go. Let's go in there. I usually do close-ups of when I do my zigzags and things, but if you've seen one, you've seen them all. And besides, it's a WIPn It with Juan session, so we're making this WIP a faux. As Jaxie would say, we're whipping the faux out of it. So let's yarn over and do the things. There we go. I have my employees at my day job saying all the things. I love it. I'm so proud as punch. I'm like, that's right. You guys do all the things. That's so cool. I love it. So let's go ahead and do that. I didn't realize I had this many ends, but that's okay. We're flying through them, right, friends? We're flying through the ends. And it's all on one side, so it's not too bad. Let me not skip any. Actually, what I might do is just pause you guys while I finish this up, because I don't want to take up too much of the time sewing in ends. I'd rather be crocheting and just gabbing at the gums, you know? But after this one, I have 2 more sets. So it's not like it's taking me forever, you know, all things considered. I need to be able to pick up the 2 yarns together. There we go. I love this yellow. When I first saw it, I'm like, why did they not come out with this sooner? Why was this introduced now? Like, it would have been nice to have this already. Don't ask me why. I have no idea. I have no idea. But this yellow is so nice. It just pops. And I'm not really into the yellows, but when I saw this, I'm like, are you kidding me right now? Are we really looking at that the way that we are? Yes, we are. We're looking at it. It is highlighter orange. That's not what they call it, though. They call it something else. But that's okay. They can call it what they want. I'm going to call it what I want. I'm also going to say it's very hot under this blanket. So it will definitely keep somebody warm. For sure. Okay, friends. We're almost done. And then we officially have a finished object. I love that for us, right? So good. I just checked the time. We're making good time. There we go. There we go. Now, the last WIPn It with Juan session, I had my moderators on, and, well, 2 of them. I had 2 of my moderators on. They're part of my admin team. And they were just reading off questions that the members of my channel wanted to know. So, I'm just going to put it out there to you guys on the YouTube streets that are watching this video. If you have a question for me that you would like me to answer, sound off in the comments below of this video. If you've made it this far into the video, then I'm going to hear you out. Hear ye, hear ye. Oh, Lord. Okay, let me go ahead and trim this. There we go. I didn't see this side here. We just have the one right here. It escaped me. And this was, I think, a yarn change. I went from one skein to another skein. That's fine. I can't always say it's for the house, because this, my friends, is not for the house. This is for someone else's house. And when it's for someone else's house, we have to make sure it's legit. Anywho, yes, here is the blanket. I love it, guys. Are you kidding me? Look at the... Do I see an end? Hold on. I was about to just give it all the good juju and all the things. And then I see an end just popping out. That's not cool. Let's just go down into the stitch. There we go. And then we'll just trim it off. Okay. There we go. Yes, this is so good. So there we have it. From the new season, Boggy Creek blanket number 1 in the books. So pretty. So good. It's all the neon yarn yumminess that one could ask for. Okay, so let me place you guys on a brief pause. I have to go to the other room and get the correct hook size. I think I'm going to hook down. This is a 9. I'm going to go down to a 7. So I'll be right back with the appropriate hook, okay? 1 second. Okay, so I have the correct hook. This is a 7mm hook, slightly larger than the 6.5mm crochet hook. And because my hook is neon yellow, I'm going to start with the neon yellow. It was a sign, you know? At least that's what I'd like to think. You know, what color do you start with? well, let's match the color of the hook. You know, why not? So, I don't know how this is going to look. I'm assuming that it's going to be a little on the drapey side, but this is full yarn. I mean, it's not thin by any means, so it might turn out really nice. We shall see. And so I'm going to do the traditional granny square, and yeah, this is my go-to when I want to whip something out very quickly. Yeah, I've been doing it for years, as I know many of my viewers have. Some not for many years, but long enough to know how this goes. You know what I mean? I'm kind of snagged on some yarn. Let me go ahead and get unsnagged. Here we go. Okay, so we are good. Now, I don't know how far I'm going to get for the time that we have left, but we shall see. And for each session of WIPn It with Juan, like, I try to do different things. Like, I had a session where I worked on my birthday blanket. This one's the Boggy Creek one. So every one, I mean, I will revisit some, but I try to do different ones each time, you know? So that's fine. Yes, I'm liking how this is going already. Yeah. It's a loosey-goosey situation, and that is fine for us. Just make sure the stitches are in the right place, and we are good to go. I thought about only chaining one in the corners because of, you know, how drapey this is going to be, but you know what? I'm not going to do that. It's got to be constructed the same way. The same way that we would do the smaller hooks. You know, construction is construction, and when you do it right, you have to do it the same way. So, yes, here we go. Now, this yellow is what I have the least of. So I'm going to start with the yellow, use up the rest of the yellow, and then I'm going to jump over to the orange, and then jump over to the green. So that's kind of where we are at with this. Now, my next Boggy Creek blanket, after I use up the rest of these neons, is going to be the Crochet yarns, thickish. And they have this colorway that's like yellow and orange. It reminds me of fire. It's so good. Well, it looks amazing. I don't know what it's like working with it because it's a new to me yarn. So I got that in a mystery bag from Crochet Yarns. Which, by the way, there's a coupon code. It's called Gimme 10, GIMME 10, to get 10% off your order. So that is fun. And I'll show you what that yarn looks like in just a second. I want to finish my round. I don't like stopping if I can help it. Especially when you're on a roll and the yarn is not like knotting up. When you're flying, friends, you're flying, you know? So, now I will tell you, when I work with my Odyssey hooks, it's over. Like, I'm on autopilot. I can put a show on the TV. I don't even have to look at my work, and I know it's all in the right place. But I'm using a clover, and I haven't used a clover in a while before today. I've actually used my vintage hooks before using the clover. That's so good. I'm very happy with the way this is looking. Oh, so the thickish. Okay. So this is the thickish yarn. It kind of reminds me of like fire, and I have 5 skeins of this. It came as like a sleeve. Here it is. So I believe it was one of their discontinued shades. I'm not sure. I can't remember. But I wound up with 5 of them, and I think there's enough yardage there to do a Boggy Creek blanket. So, yeah, 5 skeins should be enough to do a Boggy Creek. So that's going to be the agenda after this. Now, I know that this will work up super, super fast if I'm only doing, well, I'm going to measure this at 20 rounds, because if from the center, if I do 20 rounds going this way, I'm hoping that it's 20 inches. And then 20 times 20 is 40, and 40 by 40 is the sweet spot. We shall see. If it's under 40 inches, then I can stop and then do a border, which is really nice, because we all like a nice border on our blanket. So that's always fun. I also thought about making like squares like this and then just joining them. But there's plenty of time to experiment and play with things, especially when we're making blankets for an extended period of time. So I may not be doing it right now, but who knows? I may be doing it later on. So there is that. And another thing too, friends, is that if you are making Boggy Creek blankets for the cause, the camp is open year-round. So that means they experience Christmas, the holiday season. Let me correct myself, because I don't know for sure. They're open year-round, which I'm assuming they may have campers around Christmas time. So maybe those campers would like it very much to have a Christmas blanket. Or, I don't know, a 4th of July blanket. Just throwing some ideas out there for those of you guys who aren't sure exactly what to make. You know, there's tons of opportunities. Just, look at the details. Okay, so like Halloween. Maybe, make a blanket that encompasses the feeling of Halloween. Or St. Patty's Day, and all the greens and the shamrocks. So the possibilities are endless, and I know it's a very cliche saying, but it's true. So when you're given that free ability to just have fun with design and create, with designing and creating, I misspoke there. You tend to want to have all the fun. I'm really enjoying the way this is looking. It's just a granite square, I know, but it's feeling very squish, and this here, my friends, is exactly what I thought it was going to work up to be like. Actually, is this? No, this is not Big Twist. This is Loops and Threads, which I'm here for, because, again, I hooked up. I would imagine if I used their recommended hook size, which is a 5.5, I probably would not enjoy it as much as I'm enjoying this, working with a larger hook. Even when there was a time where I really didn't enjoy the Big Twist yarns, even when I was in that era, when I worked with Loops and Threads, I never used their recommended hook size. I always hooked up, because I felt like the yarn felt better with a bigger hook. So, yeah, today's no different. I will tell you, though, when I work with Big Twist, I really do enjoy working with just any hook. Now, that wasn't always the case, and I think it was because I just turned a blind eye to it. I came in with my opinions, and I just knew I liked what I liked, and then one day I said, you know what, I just really want to try this. No bias, just a completely open mind, open opinion, and when I did that, I said, you know what, this is really good. I gotta do some more with this. And so I bought all the colors. So I'm super happy to report that I thoroughly enjoy Big Twist yarn. And I love it when it's on sale and I can get 4 skeins for around $10, give or take. For me, it's not about building up my yarnscape. For me, it's like, oh good, I can make Boggy Creek blankets and not break the bank doing it. So, yeah, deals and steals. Now, I really like it when Joann's puts a sale in their Big Twist, and then they have a coupon that you can stack on top of it. I did that today. I have my back seat filled with Big Twist yarn. All the neons, all the bright, fun colors, like cyan blue. That's a beautiful color. Cyan blue and slime, which is another like green. It's like a green yellow. So all the fun, wonderful colors. I'm going to take a sip of my soda really quick. Sorry. I was thirsty, and it is warm in here. Okay, so it looks like I have enough yarn for one more round. Let's play yarn chicken, friends. Let's just do it. There we go. Now, I am going to come up with some Boggy Creek designs. Now, there's this thing going where, you know, us creators on the YouTube streets are to come up with, you know, a design, a pattern, showcase it using a tutorial and all the things. And I'm just so excited that I don't think I want to create just one. I'm just going to keep creating because I love this idea. I'm so passionate about it that just one design isn't going to do it justice for me. So I went to the drawing board, I pulled out the graph paper, I'm just doing all the things, thinking about ways that I can make those little kids happy with yarn, with what we make with it. So I'm very excited about that. So once I finish this round, friends, I think we're going to wrap it up. We've accomplished quite a bit today. I'm very happy about what we were able to get done. So, as always, you know, I say all the things, but you know, honestly speaking, with the summer months here, and everyone outside doing other things, the people who are dedicating their time to watch our content and support us, I mean, it means the world, you know. For those of us who really spend time creating content for those who, you know, are inside during the summer, who have yarn that need instruction, they want to feel included. Thank you for being here to allow us to help in that. So, and I say us because I'm not just speaking for myself, I'm talking about all the creators out there that continue to make content for the viewers in the months that we really don't have much traffic in the yarny community. Not like, you know, the winter time up here. Now, I know how the southern hemisphere is going through winter right now, and most of us in our community, not all of us, but most of us, are literally doing all the things, you know? So it's nice to know that it's always cold somewhere. So what we do can and does make an impact. So anyway, I have a few stitches left here, so I'm going to continue doing that. Anyway, friends, if you enjoyed this video, which I hope you did, feel free to hit the like button. Consider subscribing to my channel if you haven't already. I would really like it if, you know, you hung out and you saw everything we did. That would be great. And then, of course, hit the notification button to stay updated with everything regarding me and my channel. My friends, that wraps up this session. So it's been fun, and until the next one, guys, take care. Bye-bye.